mine shaft. Damn.
Okay. Now everything's really working all right now.
Oh shit, it's nighttime.
It is nighttime. I know it's not good.
That's not good. That's not good.
More sticks. It's not good at all. If I go on the ice, I don't think they can get to me. Oh no, that's not true. I need food. Oh, that's a
I'm at the
spider.
bottom of a ravine, so I'm not sure how safe I am.
You'd probably be more safe because there's more mobs spawning up here, right?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Oh shit, there's a spider. Oh my god, why is the skeleton in full gold armor? What? The local difficulty should be set to 0. That doesn't make any sense.
There's always a chance.
I know, that's just gotta be so rare.
I don't think they can spawn in netherite though.
In netherite? No, I don't think so. I've never seen it, at least.
I don't think I've ever seen diamond. Maybe once. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go.
I'm just trying to look for a village, to be honest. I feel like that is
Yeah, I mean,
safe
I have irons,
areas.
so we got flint and steel.
Okay, that's good.
Um,
And we need a bucket. Flint and steel bucket. Shears would be nice too.
we need a
Because
diamond pick for obsidian.
no, we just need a bucket. I can make the portal with a lava bucket.
Oh,
I looked it up once. Yeah, I might actually be not great if I can't find a village or something soon. Take refuge in. Cause I'm gonna
oh, I found one.
What? Where? Ooh, your dot's not that small. That's good. Just gotta make it.
That's
there.
actually hype. Oh, baby zombie. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm 2 hearts. Oh
Run.
god.
Run. Find a refuge.
Fuck. I should be safe.
Is that the ravine you were in? That's huge.
I went over it.
Okay, I see the village.
Fucking shit
Can
everywhere.
I get to it though?
What the fuck?
I don't know. There's so many skeletons shooting at me, and I can't run anymore.
You ain't got food?
Okay, if I jump in the water, should be safe here for a little bit.
Why don't none of these have beds? What the hell?
What? Do they not have beds?
Here we go. Oh, they're making love. Nice. Ah, you're here.
Is there food? Oh, thank God.
Otherwise, I can give you some if you can't find any.
Oh no, there's tons of hay
Or
bales
just take the
here.
wheat, make bread.
Yeah. I'm just getting a hoe. Through the iron golem, did you kill it? Oh, perfect. He's killing that zombie for me right now. Then I'm gonna kill him. Oh my god, baby zombie. Baby zombie. Oh.
All right, I'm smelting my iron right now.
Oh, baby zombie. Oh, baby zombie.
Run, run,
I am
run.
running. I'm just gonna try and. Oh no, I have no food left.
Get in here. Get in here.
Oh no! No! Oh my god, I killed him. Holy shit, on 2.5 hearts.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did a lot of damage to him.
What the hell? Oh.
There's a shit ton of fucking mobs, dude.
God.
Do you have a bed?
Yeah.
Sleep.
Okay. I can't. There's zombies. There's monsters nearby, I guess.
What?
That's what it's telling me. There's monsters nearby.
We'll tell him to go away.
Okay, there should be plenty of food. Oh, I can sleep now. Yep. Let me kill the iron golem. How much iron do you have? Oh, banging. So, all we really need is a bucket, flint and steel, and shears would be nice. What? Why did he not come over here? Got 5 iron from that. Bang, and max drop again. Let me know if you see a lava pool. Oh, see one. Is that one? No, it's just a fucking drizzle. Oh, that's banging, actually. That was the next thing I was gonna grab. Oh, beautiful. Is it a source or is it? I need a pool. I'm heading in that direction though to go look for a lava pool. I don't think we need anything else at that village. I got a bunch of food. A lot of sheep here. Holy. I'm actually gonna make a freaking shears. And shear all of them. 4 beds. I ain't about to risk it for the biscuit. Baby sheep? What the fuck? Yeah, I don't think that's in this though. That's like in the latest snapshot, right? Yeah. Boring. Come on, give me something good. I did see that. Give me fucking like fucking repurpose the mine carts or something. Like, you know, do something cool. Oh, right? For real. I know that mod looks sick. I've seen that people play it. Like the curse like with like the guardian armor. Yeah, deeper and darker. I've seen that. It's sick as fuck. Yeah, it looks fucking insane. And it looks like really hard to do. Because the biome looks ridiculously hard to navigate. Is that lovable? No. I know. I feel like I'm just gonna find a surface pool somewhere here. It's gotta be, right? Are they? But I feel like you find them every time you don't need them. They're just everywhere. Damn. Looking in freaking F5 mode and full FOV. Damn.
I found like a little hole and I thought I saw it. Oh, just a freaking.
I saw red flowers and they like looked so bright compared to everything else. I looked at them and I was like,
Yeah.
lava pool? What a terrible thing to get punked out by.
I might have to go on high ground and look.
True, that's a good idea actually. That's what people do actually. Why don't good call, Sam? Shit, I have shears on me too. Let me just get a bunch of blocks.
Rip, I don't see shit. Well, that's not good. Yeah, I think the next isn't the next big update like
The
more
end
end
update.
biomes.
The end update.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I found a lava pool. I just saw
Really?
trees burning, yeah.
Nice.
And you know that's gotta be one.
That should be cool. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
right? Like they did a banging job with the nether. That like revived the game. Not revived, but repopularized it.
I do wish there was more structures, but I
Right?
understand why there isn't.
Yeah, I know. They're just constantly drawing this line between an RPG and a sandbox game. Trying to make it both, but they should just fucking do more. Like they don't do a whole lot.
I do like the
Oh
whole
yeah,
warden
that's
thing is
loud.
really cool because it's like you're mining and you like end up just hitting that shit and you're just like fuck, that kind of ruins my mining
Yeah.
adventure, but it's still something that you can like seek out and try
It
to
is
like
another thing you
get
can
shit
do
from.
later.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I fucked it up. Isn't it like... How does this work here? Oh, yeah. I go like that. This.
Oh, berries. Nice.
There we go. That's right. To do. It's like this. No. Perfect.
Oh shit. Oh no.
What? Oh, fuck.
Is it big enough?
Yeah,
think it's
I just
big
gotta
enough.
put these blocks in here.
Oh fuck.
I think I fucked it up a little bit, but not beyond repair. Wait, did I fuck it up? No, this looks
It's
right.
not
Do you have
big
flint and
enough.
steel? Is this 3x2?
Okay, hold on.
I don't think I did it
I
optimally,
can,
but
like-
it worked.
In like 2 seconds.
No worries.
Oh yeah, nice work.
Fuck yeah.
This is kind of scary.
Yeah, we gotta get gold. Oh yeah,
Oh,
this is
no,
not
this
the
is
biome
not.
to be in. I'm breaking into the
No.
wall right now. Digging into the wall.
Yeah.
Patch
Oh,
it up on
God.
your way back. Patch it up. Patch it up.
Fuck.
I got blocks. I got blocks. I got blocks.
I got it.
Okay, good. Alright, yeah, let's
Jesus
mine this out a
Christ.
little bit. Get some gold. At least for some armor. We need 36 golden nuggets.
For what?
For gold boots.
Oh,
Yeah.
god damn, I didn't find shit. Wait. Nope. What the hell?
Nice, found a bunch of gold.
I wonder if they'll add an ore to the end.
Oh, like what?
I don't know.
You should. Make like a step up from netherite.
Jeez.
It's super rare.
Netherite is already like almost perfect just because it's so hard to get.
Sure, they should just make cool tools with it then. Like an elytra is already a cool tool. Make a different one, different kind.
I'm sure they'll come
I
up
don't
with
got all the
something.
answers, but I got ideas. How did you get iron? Oh, you made one. I was like, you can't find iron in the nether. Can you?
I just gave myself a helmet and chest plate.
Nice. Okay, I found enough gold to make gold boots.
I'm still working on that. I got an iron pick.
Oh, I have enough for you too.
Oh, bet. That's a big ravine.
Where did you?
What? Did you drop that shit on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck is
Yeah, you're
that?
probably tripping. It's hilarious, actually. Here, I got some gold. Let me just make. Oh shit. Wait, fuck. Do you have any golden nuggets?
No,
Okay, well we
I
have
can't find shit.
3 gold and 7 nuggets. I can go out there and look now.
I don't think I've ever been on a dry spell like this in the Nether. Usually I find shit right away. Oh god, I dropped down. Really? Oh jeez.
Yeah, whoops, sorry about that. I forgot to mute my mic. That was awkward.
No, you're good.
Awkward as fuck, to be honest.
No, I didn't. I don't even think I heard
Okay, I got boots
much.
for you, BTW.
Okay.
Here, don't come down here, actually. Do you have any iron for a pick? My stone pick's probably
No,
die.
I just fucking wasted
No
mine
worries, I got more
trying to find one.
stone, and I shouldn't need it for anything else, because I got a bunch of blocks. Boots. Yes. Make another pick. Okay. Boots on the ground behind you. Alright. Alright, now the mission is get gold.
Yeah, we should be able to walk
Get
around
gold.
freely
Because
now.
we're going to want fire resistance pots when we go get blazes. Make it
Yeah.
super easy. We just gotta
There
worry
is,
about
I think
the
there is a
wither
fucking
skeletons.
a hog over there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't got no gold though. Oh no, you
Yeah,
mean a
they're down
hog.
here. Yeah, the
Oh
hogs are down
shit.
here.
Yeah, they are. They're killing all of them. What's going on here? Holy shit, they hit hard. Oh.
Yeah, they hit really hard. Get out of there.
Build straight up. They can't do nothing about it. God, I was on 1.5 heart. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yikes,
Yeah, say no
bro.
joke.
Alright. Yeah, Jeepers Cripes. Okay. Yeah, get gold. That's the mission. Wait, did I even craft? Okay. This is the worst biome to be in.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, we should have made shields. I didn't even think about
I just
that.
think I have one. I think I can make one for myself.
Yeah.
I have literally one
something.
fucking iron.
I don't really know what to do. Should we like move out of this area? Like, there's piglins here, yes, but I don't see a lot of gold.
Yeah, I feel like the regular nether is like pretty good for
Way
finding
better.
gold.
Yeah, the wastelands. Okay, we should mark the coords onto the portal. Actually, we shouldn't need it to get out if we're trading with piglins because we'll get obsidian. So yeah, I guess where do you want to go from here?
We'll go up, I feel like.
Yeah.
Up this way.
Watch out for hogs. Oh, there's a hog.
Oh fuck.
Just
It's a baby
keep
hog.
running. Stupid little fucking hog. Oh! Oh god. How did he get me there? Wait, do they even hurt you? Oh, here we
Yeah.
go. This
Oh,
is
there's another
much
one.
better.
Hog behind you.
Oh. They're behind you too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we should just go. Wow, why does it look like a forest everywhere? What the hell? Go this way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I
they don't like when
accidentally
you get
mined
gold.
gold in front of him. I thought it was far enough away.
if I can push
Oh
him in the lava.
shit. Yeah, he's trying to push me into death.
Fuck you.
Oh no! No! Oh! Oh my
Fuck.
god. No. No.
That's tough.
I have the clip. If you want to see it. Oh,
Damn.
it sucks, dude.
That's how it be.
Dude, where is this? How do I find it? Here we go. Here we go. Dude, I didn't know what to do. I didn't think there was anything to do.
Oh dear God.
Are you watching? Oh no.
Yeah, that's just
No.
a fucking disaster waiting to happen. Oh no.
Oh my
Fuck.
god. No. Oh man, that is tough.
Oh shit. I mean, I wouldn't have expected it either.
Yeah, like know what to do.
There was perfectly fucking lava right behind it.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Fucking shit.
Well, maybe we try this tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe we try it tomorrow. Oh my goodness.
Rip.
That was fun. I'll definitely be down to do it tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace. Alright, chat. That does not mean that I'm done streaming. Because I still have a lot of work to do. Alright. Lots to do. Wait, hold on. Let me put on the music. It's a good idea. Let me find the music first. Alright, good stuff. Well, it'll be a fun little mini series. Trying to beat hardcore Minecraft with my roommates. Is everything working now? Yeah, it looks good. Why is this so zoomed in though? I don't know. Whoa. How did I do that? Okay, that's better, I think. What is going on here? What in the world did I do? Whoa. Okay. All right. Be right back. All right. I'm back. Let's get some work done. Alright, let's get back to it before I fall asleep because I got 4 hours last night staying up, grinding. Don't feel like that is super sustainable, but I mean, I guess we'll find out. Alright, what do I gotta do here? Let me know what you're working on if anybody's in here. Grinding it out. Pause. Whoops. Okay. Hold on one second. I want to add that back because I don't know. It just didn't wasn't doing what I needed it to. Okay. Okay, that's good.
So,
Good stuff. Good stuff. We're back.
gets a damage modifier based on that roll. So you can think about it like 16 is a high roll. That's the maximum damage your move could do. Rolling a 1 or a 0 or whatever would be 85, 100.
Oh, I was muted. Excellent-ish. Yo, how is stream going? It's going pretty good, man. Yeah, I was muted. It's going pretty good, man. Me and my roommates were doing hardcore Minecraft, trying to speedrun it. They went to bed. So now I'm just grinding. Got some work to do I'd like to finish before I go to bed. So much to do. I know I'm not going to finish all of it, but we're going to try. But thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I have a soothing voice. Thank you, man. I mean, thank you. What kind of work? I do like system solution for agencies, startups, different online companies. I help them systemize their business in Notion and scale. But right now I'm currently building a new product. It's currently an AI assistant that's like integrated into like this mini workspace that like can build its own systems for the user based on whatever they need. Notion released this thing called like Notion 3.0, which is essentially their agentic AI that can like act inside the workspace, can create new pages, databases, formulas, anything. It can do anything inside Notion. So I just kind of taught it to do what I've been doing, for my clients as far as building systems. This got so many things. Here, I'll show you if you want.
Oh wait, yes. Okay.
It's going to just spam protect, right?
You are.
So these are
not
all of the
forever, but it
operators.
scores it very high.
The operator is like
It scores protect
a
really,
specialist
really high
this AI
on
can
turn
select.
one, especially
So the
if
way it
well,
works is
Baby, you can. That's fine.
kind of like an AI agent. Yeah, exactly. But for the Notion workspace. And since
No, okay, I already
I'm helping businesses scale in Notion, it makes a lot of sense to have this product because I've been, testing this with my clients and it's been so effective for them because the learning curve is often really high in Notion. So if you're onboarding a big team,
We'd love to see it.
You're more than welcome to have it. It's
it gets a lot
yours.
harder to keep everybody together. So that's where the AI agent comes in. It can be like, what's going on in the background?
Maybe Sableye lives.
Yeah, so
Ah,
these are all of the different operators
Sableye has
for this
another
agent.
solid
So they're
special
different
attack.
modes
Shadow
essentially
Ball,
that the
detect,
agent can select. So whenever a
Base
user
attack and something that can really
sends a
threaten you.
message,
yeah,
the operator or the agent Sage, his name is Sage.
I love this shiny.
I do
I've
that
never
because
seen
I
a
had
shiny
this
before.
leaf and I
It was,
thought Sage was wise and I
Guys, I love
that's as far as I got.
He's great.
But anyways, it has all of these rules
Okay.
that tell the assistant, the agent,
Unknown has cleared.
what to
Easy.
do. As
Beautiful.
far as like when a user asks a message,
All right, we got
what-
Squirtle for
what's
Glacia,
going
it looks
on?
like.
cool name. Thank you. I'm thinking about actually
Yes,
using the name
we
like
do.
Sage
We
for the
have
product
Squirtle,
name
who has raised
instead of like
almost
some
$13,000 for PCF.
cliche
Thank you so much,
generic
y'all.
like ultimate AI assistant,
It came
like
down to less than $100 between Squirtle and
but besides the
Sneho.
point. Yeah, so it just tells the agent how to do everything,
We
and then
have $100
these operators
from
are like
Mello and Declan.
mini
Thank you for the nonstop
agents
stream and joy
themselves,
this
you can
week.
think of it.
Nothing
So
heals the soul
if
quite
I
like
want
GDQ.
content, for example, I built an entire
And $5 from Empire
operator,
Ship.
which took like an hour.
Thank you, Ada, for constantly
But I
treating
used
me
this
into
agent
learning
to
STEM
build this
topics
agent
with
as
your
well.
Pokemon
So like
videos.
that's a
Let's give
functionality
a
that
check
comes in
plus on this
the.
finale.
Oh, you're right. The video was playing. I'm watching. I am watching. Yeah, my bad. I think it's off now. Let me know. But oh yeah, I was watching Games Done Quick, the live stream. But yeah, so like this content operator, it has like these are all just the headings of this operator. As you can see, this page is so long. It has an insane amount of information about how to operate, like what are we doing, what's the handoffs to different operators depending on what the task at hand is. It has just literally everything you can imagine. I don't even know where to start, like copywriting frameworks, copyright framework references, step-by-step workflows for every different type of content: LinkedIn, short form, long form, YouTube scripts, long form, short form, emails, blog posts, Twitter, short form, long form. And I think that's it. But it's got everything. And it's got like templates for it, for all of it. But idea generation framework. That seems complicated. Yeah, I mean, it's not as complicated as you might think. It's complicated to start, but I've built the meta operator. So this one essentially like edits everything, or will create things within the agent. It doesn't create systems. Like as far as like if you want a new project tracker, that's a different operator's job, different context. But this one, if you want to make changes within the agent, you want to add a new operator, you want to add a new command, that's another thing I've added. So I can just do like /save context and it will, do a workflow for me. They're like mini prompts that you can use inside the mini operators. Like if I want to do /focus, it'll like activate my productivity operator and select the top 3 tasks I should get done right now. It will, just edits everything inside here. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the follow. I just got halfway to my follower goal. That's so cool. I don't know what I was saying. It's a follower goal, 10 followers. I started streaming on Thursday. Funny story. I started streaming on Thursday because my friend, we were in a meeting we have every week. We sit down and just talk about our goals, like what we're doing, failures, lessons, things like that, random insane things as well, like any friend group would. But I told him I had this idea that I wanted to start streaming like when I'm working, because if you work from home, like it's really hard to stay accountable all the time, especially if you don't have like a boss or anybody to report to. It's all on you, right? So that's the same reason people go to the office or they go to like a cafe and work, because it's easier to focus. If I like know, like for instance, you're in here, like I know you're watching me right now, so I'm more inclined to keep working instead of watching this Games Done Quick live stream. But I like having the background noise. And I have the music on too for like chatters, unless they want to watch live stream with me too, then I'd put that on. But also for like if I'm recording documentation, which I might do later, I can just have this set up and I have like the licensed music already ready to go and everything. But I'm just yapping. Okay, what was I doing? I was going through this. Oh yeah, I wanted to test it with you. You have no idea how rare a healthy friend group is. That's a good group you have there. Oh yeah, gosh, that's right. I didn't even get to the punchline. Okay, so the point of the group is like we're all entrepreneurs. One of us lives in London. One of us lives in like Nashville or something like that. I don't even know. But we've been meeting every week for like the past 2 years almost now, a year and a half. So we're all, we've known each other for a while. So we're pretty close. But I told him I had this idea. I was like, I want to start streaming when I'm working. And he said, I bet you, because he like wanted me to do it too, because he thought it was a great idea. Like, I'm just working. It's a forcing function for me to be productive. I can build a community as well, which is fun. Like, talk to new people like you. But he said, I bet you $50. Yeah, he said, I bet you $50. If you do it today, I'll give you $50. But if you don't, you give me $50. So needless to say, that was the easiest $50 I've ever made. But he's just a good friend. Like, he wanted me to do it, you know? Okay, where... Like, that $50 gave you that streaming motivation. That's right, you know? It just gave me the extra little push that I need to get myself out there. Like, I've been making content on X and YouTube for a while as a mechanism of audience growth and lead gen for my business, but this was just more of like a fun thing. Like, I'm not necessarily trying to make money from it. I know that if I do it every day or like just continuously, very consistently, and just keep trying to get better, then I will as a byproduct, but it's not like the goal. Like, the goal is just to keep working on my business. So yeah, got these operators here now. I wanted to test this with you. So think of any sort of workflow or a mode or like a specialized AI that you might use. Like, what could be valuable? My name is Hunter, yeah. And I'm from Wisconsin. I'm currently in Milwaukee. Born and raised Wisconsin. Is your name X Landerish? It's a pretty badass name. No, country, United States. What about you? Sick. It's a good one. You know, not super bulky with a bunch of numbers, but also not like super, this is my name, because my name used to just be like Hunter Baum. It still is on Twitter, because it's just my personal brand. From India, actually. Oh, cool. I guess that makes sense, right? Because it's 1 a.m. here in the States. But anyways, Landerish. What should I call you? X Landerish? Just Landerish? Slander is fine. Cool, Slander. So give me a idea for a new operator. It can be anything. It can be like manage my schedule. It could be like coding review. It could be project management. It could be task execution. I mean, I don't know. It could be anything I'm not even thinking of, like a creative one or a unique one too. But I want to show you like the functionality I built into it. I'd be happy to tune in. What exactly are you asking me about? Just give me an idea for a new operator. Like, look at all these ones on the screen here, and then think of like, I don't know, any type of one that I could be missing, like schedule management maybe, or I don't know, anything. I could ask ChatGPT to give me some ideas too, but because I'm trying to make it not complicated for the viewer or for the user, right? Like everything I've done inside of it is super simple for the person to use and set up, like what I'm going to build in a second here. All they have to do is go to the AI after they set it up, and then they'll do /start, and then the AI will be like, okay, great. Like, what's your name? What are you about? And do all of that sort of stuff, basically for the user. I have like 17 operators, like with different unique use cases. So, oh, that's something I wanted to add to a bunch more commands because I have 37 right now, but I could add many useful ones. Yeah, give me a sec. Let me see. Yeah, no worries. It's so much fun that you're in here. Today I did, when I was live earlier, I worked for like 6 hours. I don't think I had a single Twitch chatter. I had a YouTube chatter, which was cool, but I didn't expect much, you know. I've just started recently. I just know if I keep doing it, you know, it'll work out eventually. Especially I just bought the mic too, so I hope it sounds good. I've been trying to really dial that in. How about an organizing one? I'm currently a student, and personally, I'd appreciate this may be connected to my study materials to help me stay on track. Am I making sense? Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Oh shoot, I hate that it does that. I use the command for new tab there, but never creates one. Okay. Yeah. Oh, by the way, voice quality is fabulous. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, this is the first like nice mic I've bought. It's USB-C, like not XLR. USB-C, but it's really good because it's Shure. So that's been nice. I don't understand. Did you see the follower thing pop up on my screen? should have, but no. See, yeah, I don't understand. I have the alert box up as like a source here, but maybe it wasn't moved to the top. Maybe I don't know. I'm still trying to follow it out, figure it out, because I didn't even get a notification in my activity feed that you followed either. I just saw like a banner pop up in chat that I was halfway through and my follower number changed, but yeah, that was it. It's weird. And it still says I'm at 1 viewer, even though I know you're in here. So I don't know. Strange. Strange. Yeah, I am streaming on YouTube. Multi-streaming. Because I have a YouTube channel already, so might as well. Plus the VODs on there are nice. They'll always be saved. Okay. I want a... This is actually good too, because I don't knowledge contacts maintains continue. Yeah, that's for contacts and agent docs. But I don't have one for organizing notes either. Let me check it. Yeah, for sure, man. How did you find me on Twitch then? That's cool. That's kind of the hope, I guess. Maybe I'll just go back to this one then. Yeah, it is the hope that people just find it interesting and join. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just, at least for this, I wanted to show you it build an operator within itself. Okay, I asked ChatGPT, drop the YouTube mic guy. You got it. Weird. I can't paste that link into chat. Here, I have a better idea. Let me go to a Twitch, my channel, Go to edit panels. No, I have YouTube as a link on my about, so you can just click the YouTube link there, and you'll see my stream. That should work. Okay, I pasted in this giant prompt about creating this operator for managing your notes and whatnot. Let me know if you're in YouTube yet. I'll run it for you. Hey, Slender. Yo. Good to see you. All right. I dropped this prompt from ChatGPT, kind of just expanding on what you said about creating an operator to manage like your notes. But I also included like documents and bookmarks because there's, different data types in the same category. So yeah, let's just have it created. But this is just kind of an outline of one. I want to tell it to create an operator for managing my knowledge. Because I have an operator called knowledge context operator, but that's specifically for using docs for agents to avoid context rot. Where was I? Okay. I also built a bunch of operators into it to help me do things like for the next tasks I need to do. Like I host my websites in Notion, so I created an operator to build landing pages and websites using Notion stuff. And I also built a copywriting operator to actually write the copy of those websites, or like the website literally about itself, the product, like all the capabilities, because there's 17 different operators, there's so many different capabilities, it's wild. So it's going to be important to like get the copyright. Broke my squats PR today. Did 185 bodyweight squats in a row. Wait. You did 185 bodyweight squats in a row? Holy shit. That is fucking nuts. Holy shit. How do you even do that? 185 in a row? What? That's crazy. Like, I don't even want to know, like, want to try or think about how many I could do. Fuck that. I mean, good for you. That's fucking awesome. Makes me feel like I need to start doing more. I definitely do. It's just been cold here, man. You know, it's easier to do stuff when it's warmer out, that's for sure. Much easier to do. My legs are fucked, but I feel good. Yeah, bro, I bet your legs are fucked. Okay. Here we go. Operator. Created the knowledge librarian operator. What I built. An operator entry with the layer context and memory, the role operational. All your features are included. Property, integrator scanner, taxonomy, basically everything to keep it. Everything to keep everything up to date. It'll automatically like categorize what notes are, what documents are, and put them in the right place based on the context of what the note is, or doc, bookmark, etc. It's fine though. I'll start training for a marathon after my SEM exams are over. I'm just conditioning my legs right now. Oh shit, bro. That sounds awesome. A marathon. Also, what are SEM exams? It sounds like a law thing. I could be completely wrong though. Just already done. Yeah, it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick, and it's all built with like the framework of how to build an operator based on what I told it. So all the operators that it creates are very consistent. All these prompts look very similar so that the operators are always consistent, you know, basically, so it doesn't stop working on the user, because I don't want that. That's good. I actually want to tell the agent about that now too. It's kind of like the SATs you guys have. Oh, okay. So you're in high school or still going to school? I say, I don't think those are college exams, are they? I'll be right back. Just had to. I'm still here with the mic. I just had to close my camera for a second. Yep, high school. Fun stuff, guy. I am done with high school, thankfully. I'm done with college, actually. I got done last year. Yeah, I got done last year. Oh, gotcha. 10th grade. I mean, I don't know what in India how they do things. Obviously, I have no idea. But if you got the equivalent right, then I understand. Yes, 10th grade. Yeah. What's it like, man? Like, now that, like, because when I went to school, I feel like it was different. Things were definitely different. Like, for instance, when I was in middle school, Instagram was just becoming a big thing. Like, people didn't really know how to use it yet. We were all, like, doing, like, funny memes and stuff just on, like, a regular. I don't know. Like, I just feel like everything is very different. Yeah, I know. And Facebook, I feel like. I feel like Facebook is where everybody who gets old kind of goes. Like, even still, you know, I always thought it was gonna die out, but no, it's still the thing that everybody uses, especially like older people use short form on Facebook, I feel like a lot. So, do you have an Instagram? Yeah, I do, but I need to create an Instagram. I still have like an Instagram from like high school. I'm not like using it anymore. I don't really like care to post things about like two people in high school and college. So I think I have an Instagram called The Hunter Bum. I think I'll probably revamp that one to be Hunter Creates, associated with like where I'll post clips from stream and stuff. But not yet. It's on the task list, I believe. Let me find out. Yeah, it's on the task list. Oh, that's interesting. Because when I was still in high school, it was like a thing that like people had their Facebook set up, you know, we're all friends with a bunch of people. Granted, I never like use it as much as everyone else, but it was a big thing. People who I know still do it. I don't care to. I haven't kept up. I haven't changed my profile picture since junior year of high school, so I don't plan on it. Well, my girlfriend might make me eventually, but I don't know. Not too worried about it. You got a girlfriend? Yeah. We've been together for a year and let's see, it'll be 2 years in April 13th. So a year and like 8 months. Wait, to stream Minecraft, right? I did today. I'm going to again, for sure. I mainly stream work, but when I'm not working, I do like to play Minecraft. So, yeah. Like, for instance, today, I have some roommates I live with from college still. And we were just trying to beat hardcore Minecraft. Speedrunning it. Like on a LAN world, which was fun. I was streaming that. Which I'll probably do again. Some other stuff when I'm not working. Yeah, are you talking about like the horror video? Yeah. Yeah, that is it. It's really good. It's a great story. I mean, it's 100% scripted. Like, I don't think anybody's arguing it's not, but it's a really compelling story. Yeah, right. That's like that's like letting a kid enjoy Christmas, right? And then an adult or somebody comes in and goes, "You know, he's not real," right? Like let him enjoy it. That's not the point. not the point. WWE, like, that's fake. That's not the point. Point is that it's entertaining. Biopics? What's biopics? Oh, yeah. That might be a little bit more accurate. Or a little bit more real, I guess. How long are you gonna stream? Great question, dude. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm gonna stream until I'm so tired that I can't work anymore. That's normally what I do. Or I go to bed. I don't know if that's like healthy or like what you're supposed to do, but as an entrepreneur, like that's the only thing I know. Hey, so I have been really into game dev recently. I'm pretty sure there are more people like me. Is there something on your website that helps me with that? If not, it might be a good idea to add something like that. Game dev. I mean, I don't think what you're looking for is necessarily help with game dev. I think what you need is help with like project management, like something that you can just be like, I want to start a project, add this game. Like I want to work on this game. And then adding tasks to that and then completing them. Just kind of like a personal operating system. As far as like building a game, I don't know much about game dev, but if I know that if I wanted to create a game right now, I would go to Replit.com and use their agent, and it can build 3D games. But they're probably pretty basic. You're probably talking about more complicated things in like Unity and I don't know, all the different engines. But yeah. But I do have a personal operating system coming out soon after this agent. And this agent will be pretty close to a personal operating system, but it'll just be less full, a little bit lighter. And made with the AI in mind, less UI. Yeah, you need more of like knowledge management, somewhere to take notes about the code or the game or whatever you're learning. And then, project management, a place to execute on those learnings. And that doesn't just apply to game dev, it can apply to anything in life, but game dev is a great example of learning a skill like that. Actually, I do have something kind of like that. Not really, though. I have something called something I built called Skills Lab. But it's essentially like I built this skill for this tool that I use that I want to learn more. But I had the AI agent like make all these pages and like find all the content, but the skill is mastering this platform. And it created a module for learning all of this content. And it has like, real links to different docs. It has, check marks for it. And then when you complete it, you can set the date and you can see the progress bar go up. So pretty simple, but it don't really need to be all that complex it's a pretty simple relationship. Code, I learned 3 languages, JS for that. Oh, well then, yeah, you definitely just need project management. I mean, definitely knowledge management is good as well, like as far as docs, notes and bookmarks. Everybody needs that. And then project management. But yeah, you definitely just need a better project management so you can, know where you're going and be productive. Okay, actually, it's really upsetting that this video doesn't play. I thought it played the whole time. It's not. It's not playing. Gotta figure that out. What's the best way to fix this? What do I want to do about that? Okay, now how does this work? How do I control this from here, though? I don't understand. Is there a good way to do that? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Whoa. Yeah, my bad. Didn't see how loud that was. Is that better? What? Don't want none of that. Why can't I turn these off? Okay, gotcha. Awesome. Good stuff. That's gonna work better, but do you hear birds? Because I need to get that off. I don't understand why I can't turn these sounds down. Why am I not able to? Okay, well that's good, because it says there's birds here. What is this? Whoa, see, I bet that turned up the forest birds. Okay. Now they're off. Great. There's a game starting in 30 minutes of my favorite team, so I'll probably hop off before that. No worries. No worries. Hope you have a good rest of your night. The same thing over and over and expecting different results. You got that right, Snagglefluster. It's a great Albert Einstein quote. I'm just adjusting my scenes right now. I figured out a better way to do the music. It's 1:03 p.m. here currently. Is there someone else in the Twitch chat? Please say hi for me. Yeah, Snagglefluster is in there. What do I expect people to understand the difference between impulse, opinion, and fact? I hear you, man. I wish everybody could intuitively understand that these different things mean different words, but Slander said hi to you, Snagglefluster. He's in YouTube chat. He found me in Twitch chat, but now he's over there. Also good to have you back here. I said hi, Slander. It's funny. Okay. I think I got that right now. Alright, we're back. Oh, went back. Alright, now that's cool. I got two people chatting together. That's the first time that's happened, guys. Think. No, that's not true. You, Snaggle, you and who was it? Were in here the other day. Yeah. I know. I thought that was so funny too. like announcing like a conversation. Let's get back to work. What was I doing? I don't even know. I was getting this product ready, that's right. Is there someone else? Oh yeah. I'm reading the same chat. Nothing updated. It's hilarious. Snag, are you studying on the meaning of life tonight, or what is it tonight? Let me know if you guys get ads, because I don't even know how to run ads, or if I have them enabled, or if Twitch does that for every channel. But yeah, I'm not like an affiliated account or partnered or anything. I would need double the amount of people, maybe triple the amount of people in here for like 10 hours, and I think on like 4 different streams, and then I think I would get affiliated. But I'm not really concerned with that. I'm just curious. I didn't show. Oh, that's good. Oh, Snaggle, are you trying to? I can Yeah, you can. I know you're chill. But crazy enough, nobody was in here. I think it was today. There was a bot that came in, like how it came in when you were here last time, Snaggle, and it pasted one of those bad links, but it left a space in it. So it would still go through and the bot wouldn't detect it, and it said remove the space. And I was like, what the fuck? I gotta ban this. Okay, I turned it off. Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe that happened. What is this link? Am I gonna get scammed? No, it's a YouTube link. I get scammed. The arrival of AGI, another DeepMind video. This is good stuff. The last one was good. What do you think? Should I put it on? Yes, do it. Okay, bet. I'll put it on. Should I make it big screen? Risk it for the biscuit. Yeah. You know it. Okay, I think I set this up so I can just paste this URL in here. I can just paste this URL that Snaggle gave me. And then...
So is human intelligence going to be...
Oh, amazing. Okay, that might be really loud, so I'll fix that. Bruh. Was it loud? Yeah, my bad. Probably was loud. Is this something to react to, though? I don't know. Let's find out. I think so. I don't know if it's necessarily reacting. I think it's kind of just like, it's like a doc. Like I could react to it, but I will if there's like things that I find interesting, I suppose. But I'm gonna try and just let it play. Let me just figure this out. Okay. Now if I go in here,
the
like
upper limit
this.
of what's possible? I think absolutely not.
Okay,
I do
and
wonder
then I
what all
can
of this
do
means for people. I mean, if
monitor
we
output.
are getting to a point where essentially, I mean, human intelligence is dwarfed by superintelligence, what does that mean
Okay,
for
great.
society?
I can hear it. Can you hear
means
it?
a massive transformation. This is actually something which is going to structurally change the economy and society and all kinds of things. And we need to think about how do we structure this new world.
It was a fun time here. Can you put some reschedule so I can tune in again? Yeah, bro. I will be live.
Welcome to Google DeepMind.
I don't know, a lot of times like this. Pretty much around this time.
AGI is coming. That's what everyone
like
seems to be saying.
12
Well,
hours
today,
earlier
my
too,
guest
like
on the
during the
podcast
day
is
in
Shane,
US
Chief AGI
Standard
Scientist
Central
and
Time,
co-founder
or
of
probably
Google
like
DeepMind. Shane has
CST,
been talking about AGI
probably
for
like
decades, even back when it was
you know,
considered,
noon to
his
like
words,
midnight a lot of times.
He is credited
You
with
affiliate?
popularizing the term and
No, I'm
making some
not
of the
yet.
earliest
Why?
attempts to work out
I need
what it might
more
actually be. Now, in the conversation today, we're going to talk to him about
average
how
viewers
AGI
or
should be
something
defined, how we might
to get an
recognize it when
affiliate.
it arrives, how to
Yeah, you
make
are.
sure that it is
What?
safe and ethical,
There's no way.
and then crucially, what the world looks like once we get there. And I have to tell you, Shane was remarkably candid about the ways that the
See,
whole
look
of
at
society
it's that guy.
will be
Look at
impacted
Snaggle. It's
over
another
the
one.
coming decade.
Bye, Slander. Hope you have a
It's
good day.
worth staying with us for that.
Yeah, bro, I
discussion.
gotta ban that. And then
Welcome to
that
the podcast,
name
Shane.
is so hard to.
We last spoke to you 5
Okay.
years ago, and then you were telling us your sort of vision for what AGI might look like.
Banned him.
In terms of the AI systems that we got
Crazy,
now
right?
today, do you think that they're showing little sparks of being
Bye,
an
Sandra. Hope you have a
AGI?
good day.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more than Sparks.
More than sparks?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why do you say
So
that
my
I am
definition of
affiliate?
AGI, or sometimes called minimal AGI,
I don't think I am.
is
I click
it's
on
an
ads and it
artificial
says
agent
only
that
affiliate
can at
and
least do
partner
the kind of
channels are
cognitive things
eligible for
people
ads.
typically do.
Ads may
Yeah.
be available for this channel in the
And
future.
I like that bar
So I don't
because
think
if it's
so.
less than that, it feels like, well, it's failing to do
Sorry.
things
Sorry.
cognitive things that we'd expect people to be able to do. So it feels like we're not really there yet. On the other hand, if I set the minimal bar much higher than that, I'm setting it at a level where many people, a lot of people, wouldn't actually be able to
Yeah,
do
I just
some of the
don't
things we're
know. Yeah,
requiring
you're
of
right.
AGI. So
I'm learning.
we believe people have some sort of, I don't know, general intelligence, you might call it. So it feels like if an AI can do the kinds of cognitive things people can typically do, at least, possibly more, then we should sort of consider it within that kind of a class.
The stuff that we have now, where is it on those levels?
Right. So it's uneven. So it's already much, much better than people at, say, speaking languages. So it'll speak 150 languages or something. Nobody can do that. And its general knowledge is phenomenal. I can ask it about, the suburb I grew up in, a small town in New Zealand, and it happens to know things about it, right? On the other hand, they still fail to do things that we would expect people to typically be able to do. They're not very good at continual learning new sort of skills over an extended period of time. And that's incredibly important. For example, if you're taking on a new job, you're not expected to know everything to be performant in the job when you arrive, but you have to learn over time to do it. They also have some weaknesses in reasoning, particularly things like visual reasoning. So the AIs are very good at, say, recognizing objects. They can recognize cats and dogs and all these sorts of things. They've done that for a while. But if you ask them to reason about things within a scene, they get a lot more shaky. So you might say, well, you can see a red car and a blue car, and you ask them which car is bigger. People understand that there's perspective involved, and maybe the blue car is bigger, but it looks smaller because it's further away, right? AIs are not so good at that. Or if you have some sort of diagram with nodes and edges between them,
Like a network.
a network, or a graph, as a mathematician would say, and you ask questions about that, it has to count the number of edges,
Spokes, as it were.
spokes that are coming out of one of the nodes on the graph. A person does that by paying attention to different points and then actually mentally maybe counting them or what have you. The AI is not very good at doing that type of thing. So there are all sorts of things like this that we currently see. I don't think there are fundamental blockers on any of these things, and we have ideas on how to develop systems that can do these things, and we see metrics improving over time in a bunch of these areas. So my expectation is over a number of years, these things will all get addressed, but they're not there yet. And I think it's going to take a little bit of time to go through that, because it's quite a long tail of all sorts of cognitive things that people can do where the AIs are still below human performance. As we reach that, and I think that's coming in a few years, unclear exactly, the AIs will be a lot more reliable, and that will increase their value quite a lot in many ways. But they will also, during that period, become increasingly capable, like to professional level and beyond, and maybe in coding, mathematics, already in knowing multiple languages, general knowledge of the world, and stuff like this. So it's kind of it's an uneven thing.
If you think that they will become more reliable over time, like how? Is it just a question of making the models bigger, doing things at a larger scale? Is it more data? I mean, do you have a clear path to make them more reliable?
That's a really interesting question.
I think we do, and it's not one particular thing. It's just not bigger models or more data. In some cases, it's more data of a particular kind. And then when you collect data that requires that, say, visual reasoning, then the models learn how to do it. In some cases, it requires algorithmic things, like new processes within. So, for example, if you want to do continual learning, so the AI keeps learning over time, you might need some process whereby new information is maybe stored in some sort of retrieval system, an episodic memory, if you like. And then you might have systems whereby that information over time is trained back into some underlying model. So that requires more than just more data. It requires some sort of algorithmic and architectural changes. So I think the answer is a combination of these things, and it depends on what the particular issue is.
I know that you don't think that AGI should be this single yes no, like a threshold that you cross, but more of a sort of spectrum, as it were, that you have these levels. Just talk me through that.
Yeah, so I have what I call minimal AGI, and that's when you have an artificial agent that it can at least do all sorts of cognitive things that we would typically expect people to be able to do. And we're not there yet, but it could be 1 year, it could be 5 years. I'm guessing probably about 2 or so.
So that's the lowest level then?
That's the
minimal AGI.
What I call minimal AGI. That's the point at which I'd say, okay, this AI is no longer failing in ways that we would find surprising if we gave a person that cognitive task. And I think that's the minimum bar. Now, that doesn't mean we understand fully how to reach the capabilities of human intelligence, because you can have extraordinary people who go and do amazing, cognitive feats, inventing new theories in physics or maths, or developing, incredible symphonies, or writing amazing literature and so on. And just because our AI can do what's typical of human cognition doesn't necessarily mean we know all the recipes and algorithms, everything required to achieve very extraordinary feats of human cognition. Once we can, with our AI, achieve the full spectrum of what's possible with human cognition, then we really know that we've nailed, at least fully to human level. And so we call that full AGI.
And then is there a level beyond that?
Yeah, so I think once you start going beyond what is possible with human cognition, you start heading into something that's called artificial superintelligence, or ASI. There aren't really good, clear definitions of that. I've actually tried on a number of occasions to come up with a good definition of that. Every definition I've ever come up with has some sort of significant problems. But at least in vague terms, it means something like it's an AGI, so it has the generality of an AGI, but it's now so capable in general, it's somehow far beyond what humans are capable of reaching.
Because I know that you were one of the people who helped to coin that phrase, AGI. Do you think that it's still useful as a phrase? I mean, there's so many competing definitions now. It's sort of like the buzzword that everyone's using. And you're right that it's sort of, the way that it's described is almost like a yes-no, like a kind of discrete line that gets crossed, rather than this continuum almost of levels as you're describing.
Yeah. So when I proposed the term, I was thinking of it more as a field of study. Because I was talking to a guy, Ben Goertzel, who I'd worked for a year or so before, and he wanted to write a book on sort of the old vision of AI, the sort of thinking machines, these machines that can do lots and lots of different things, rather than it's just specialized, it just plays poker, it just does text-to-speech, it just does, very, very specific things, which were sort of typical at the time. I was like, what about the old dream of AI? Building a system that has a very general capability, and it can learn and reason and do language and write poetry or do maths or maybe paint a picture, or all sorts of different things. What do we call that? And I said to him, well, if it's really about the generality we want, why don't we just put the word general in the name and call it artificial general intelligence? AGI kind of rolls off the tongue. Maybe we do that. But then what happened is that a number of people started using the term online, and then very quickly people started talking about, well, when will we have AGI? And so then AGI moved from being a sort of field of study, or a subfield, to a category of artifacts, right? And then it needs a definition. So perhaps it was a mistake that I should have gone in and defined it, there. Now, it turned out a few years later, we found there was a guy, Mark Brudd, who had actually written a paper in 97 where he'd used the term, but it was in a nanotech security conference, and none of us knew about this. But the way he defined it was actually in reference to the sorts of cognitive things people do in industry and other places like that. So it's quite similar flavor to even what I'm using now. Now, yeah, if it had been fixed more clearly early on, that would be helpful.
Do you regret coining the term?
No, because I think it way for people to this idea of building AIs that were actually general, or at least as general to the extent that people's, intelligence is general. There was a need for that, I think. And that's why I think the term caught on, because there was sort of, how do you refer to that if you're not referring to this? If people use phrases like advanced AI, well, AlphaFold is an advanced AI in some sense, right? And it's very impactful, but it's very, very narrow, right? Or AlphaGo, again, it's very narrow and it's some sort of advanced AI system. So how do you refer to systems that are very general? But then what's happened is that different people saw the term and took on, they adapted it in different ways, so they looked at it through different lenses. So for some people, back even in the early days, when they thought of AGI, they thought of something in the future, decades away, and that this would be very transformative. And so they started thinking about AGI in terms of the transformation it would create in society. And so then they started, if they try to define it, they tend to think about, oh, it's because it's going to lead to, I don't know, economic growth, or it's going to do all these sorts of things, right? I tend to think of it as more of an historical point in time. It's the point in time at which we sort of have to say, well, these AIs in some sense belong in a similar category to our intelligence, in that they can do cognitive things that we typically can do. Now, that doesn't necessarily revolutionize the world. The typical person walking around isn't going to be a Mozart or an Einstein and invent the successor to quantum theory or whatever, right? But it's a very interesting point in time, because 10 years ago, 20, whatever, we did not have AIs that were anywhere close to being able to do the cognitive things that people can typically do. So I think this is an important sort of historical moment, in that AIs are somehow in a similar category to us. I also think, and I think it's useful to try to define it a bit, because one of the issues that come up is people have these different timelines, right? Some people say, oh, AGI, I think it's going to be here in 3 years. Oh, I think it's going to be 15 years away or 20 years or whatever. And often when I go and talk to them about that, I find that they're using a different definition. And so that just leads to a lot of confusion, because people use the term to mean different things. And in some cases, I actually agree with what they think is going to happen. They're just using the word in a different way, and that just creates quite a lot of confusion.
I just want to compare some of the other definitions that people are using for AGI. So some people have suggested that it's like there's a checklist of tasks, or maybe there's humanity's last exam, which is this sort of language model benchmark of 2,500 questions across different subjects, so humanities and natural sciences. There's other people that have said, oh, it needs to be able to perform in a kitchen. It's sort of trained as a chef and be able to be dropped into a different kitchen and perform. Or there's even one which is, could it be able to make $1 million from $100,000? Yes. What's your take on those definitions?
Well, each one I have a take on.
Go ahead.
So we have to go through a few of them. I mean, make was $1 million from $1,000 or something like that. I mean, that's obviously a very economic kind of perspective on it. I think a lot of people would struggle to do that. It's a very, I think in some ways, quite narrow perspective on this. I mean, maybe you could have, I don't know, a trading algorithm that trades on the markets that could do that, but that's all it can do. That's not what I'm talking about. So I think it's the G, that's the G in AGI. It's the generality that I find interesting. And I think that's one of the incredible things of the human mind, is our flexibility and generality to do many, many different things. If you have a particular set of tasks, well, okay, maybe you can build a system that can do those tasks, but maybe it's still failing to do basic cognitive things that we'd expect almost anybody to be able to do. I think that's unsatisfying. It's like, oh, our AI just failed again because it doesn't understand that really simple thing that I would expect pretty much anybody to understand. So the way I would operationalize my definition is I would have a suite of tasks where I know what typical performance is.
From humans.
And I would see whether the AI can do all those tasks. Now, if it fails at any of those tasks, it fails to meet my definition.
Because it's not general enough.
Yeah, it's failing to do some cognitive thing that we'd expect people to be able to do. If it passes that, then I would propose we then go into a second phase, which is more adversarial. And we say, okay, it passed the battery of tests, so it's not failing at anything in our standard collection of however many thousands of tests or whatever we have. Now let's do an adversarial test. Get a team of people, give them, I don't know, a month or two or whatever. They're allowed to look inside the AI, they're allowed to do whatever they like. Their job is find something that we believe people can typically do, and it's cognitive, where the AI fails at. If they can find it, it fails by definition. If they can't, after a few months of probing it and testing it and scratching their heads and trying to find it, I think for intensive purposes, most practical purposes, we're there, because the failure cases now are so hard to find. Even teams of people after an extended period of time can't even find these failure cases.
Do you think that we'll ever agree on a definition of what intelligence is, or AGI is indeed?
In terms of AGI itself, my guess is that some years from now, the AIs will become so generally capable in so many different ways, people will just talk about them as being AGI, and AGI will just happen to mean those things. And maybe people will be less worried about, they will have less arguments about whether this is an AGI or not. People will say, oh, I've got the latest Gemini 9 or whatever it is. And it is really good. It can write poetry. You can teach it a card game and it can play with you that you just made up. It can do math. It can translate things. It can plan a holiday with you or whatever, right? It's really, really generally capable, and it'll just seem obvious to people that it has some sort of generality of intelligence.
But then for now, I mean, in terms of before we get there, having this kind of defined path on the route to AGI, I mean, you talk about the risks of not having one, that it could like acquire a certain piece of knowledge before another. For instance, I don't know, like being good at chemical engineering before it gets really good at ethics. I mean, how important is it
Yeah, better
to
get good
have
at
this
ethics.
work now in advance of getting there?
True. Good question.
So work around understanding its
question.
capabilities in different dimensions. I think it's very important because we have to think about how do we, being society, navigate the arrival of powerful, capable machine intelligence. And you can't just put it on a single dimension. It may be superhumanly capable at some things. It may be very fragile and weak in some other areas. And if you don't understand what that distribution looks like, you're going to not understand the opportunities that exist. You're also not going to understand the risks or the ways in which it could be misapplied, because it's super capable over here, but you need to understand that it's very, very weak over here. And so certain things can go wrong. So I think it's just an important part of society navigating and understanding what the current situation is. So, I think a lot of the dialogue around AI already tends to talk about as being so capable, or sort of being not really that capable and it's overhyped or whatever. I think the reality is much more complicated. It is incredibly capable in some ways, and it is quite fragile in others.
You have to take the whole picture, essentially.
You've got to take the whole picture, yeah. And it's like, human intelligence as well. Some people are really, really good. They speak a whole bunch of languages. Some people are really good at math. Some people are really good at music, but maybe they're not so good at something else.
So, okay, if we've sort of got performance and generality, the other sort of arm of this that I want to talk to you about is ethics. How does that fit into all of this?
There are many aspects to ethics and AI. One aspect is simply, does the AI itself have a good understanding of what ethical behavior is, and is it able to analyze possible things it can do in terms of this?
I mean, she's asking a really good question,
and do
so
that robustly,
makes sense.
in a way that we can trust.
So the AI itself can
Like very
reason about the
thought-provoking
ethics of what it's
questions, I
doing.
feel like.
Yes.
Like ethics.
How does that
so
work
important.
then? How do you embed that within it?
I have a few thoughts on that, but there's not a solved problem. But
I
I
bet
think
this
it's
guy's
very,
got a
very
few
important
thoughts
problem.
on a lot of things, and
I like
to
something
listen.
which some people call chain of thought monitoring.
same.
I've talked about this. I've given some short talks on it and so on. I call it System 2 safety. And
This is the Daniel Kahneman System 1, System 2 thinking.
Daniel
exactly.
Kahneman, I've read that book.
And so
Thinking
the
Fast and
basic
Slow.
idea is something
System
like
2
this.
thinking. That makes sense.
Say, as a person, if you're faced with a difficult ethical situation, it's often not sufficient just to go with your gut instinct, right? You actually need to sit down and think about, okay, this is the situation. These are the various complexities and nuances. These are the possible actions that can be taken. These are the likely consequences of taking different actions. And then analyze all of that with respect to some system of ethics and norms or morals and what have you that you have. And maybe you have to reason about that quite a bit to really understand how all this fits together, and then use that understanding to decide what should be done.
So let's say that the way that the human brain works in this situation, I mean, this is the Kahneman stuff, right? Is that, someone annoys you, say, you have a rush of anger, you want to react. That's your system one, sort of quick thinking, instinctive.
Yeah.
But you take a breath, you think it through, consider the consequences. That's your system two thinking. And then you might choose a different path.
Yes. So you might say, for example, I don't know, lying is bad, right? So we're not going to lie. But you could be in a particular situation where, I don't know, there's some bad people coming to get somebody, and if you tell a lie, you can save their life. And then the ethical thing to do is maybe to lie, right? And so the simple rule is not always adequate to really make the right decision. So sometimes you need a little bit of logic and reasoning to really think through, well, in this case, it is actually the ethical thing to do, is to tell a lie and maybe save someone's life or what have you, right? But it gets very complicated, and you have, you've probably heard of all these trolley problems and all these sorts of things, right?
Trolley problems,
Where
those are so
our
interesting.
instincts and the analysis in some cases start diverging and causes a lot of confusion, right? So this is not simple territory at all. And we have AIs now that do these thinking AIs, right? And so you can actually see the chain of thought that the AIs use. And so when you give an AI some question, it has a moral aspect to it, some ethical aspect, you can actually see it go away and reason about the situation. And if we can make that reasoning really, really tight, and it has a really strong understanding of some ethics and morals that we want it to adhere to, I think it should, in principle, actually become more ethical than people, because it can more consistently apply and reason at maybe a superhuman level the decision, these choices that it's faced with, and so on.
Because that switches ethics into a reasoning problem, as it were, rather than just a sort of a feeling thing.
Interesting.
But then at the same time, I do wonder when you're saying that, I
I
wonder
mean,
a
I
bit
feel like
about
ethics do
grounding.
come down
these
to
things,
reasoning, right?
certainly for now, are like not living in the world as humans. Is it possible to sort of take what it feels like to experience the world from a human perspective and truly ground these machines in sort of human ethics?
Well, there's a few complexities. One complexity there is that there is not one human ethics.
Agree.
And there are different ideas about this that vary between people, but also between cultures and regions and so on. So it'll have to understand that in certain places, the norms and expectations are a bit different. And to some extent, the models do know quite a lot of this, actually, because they absorb data from all around the world. But yeah, it will need to be really good at that. In terms of grounding in reality, at the moment, we're building these agents by collecting lots of data from the world, training them into these big models, and then they become relatively static objects that we then interact with. And they don't really learn much new or anything like that. That's shifting, and we're bringing in more learning algorithms and all that kind of thing. But we're also making the systems more agentic. So they're not just a system that you talk to and then it processes and gives a response, but there may be a system that can go and do something. So you can say to it, okay, I want you to write some software that does such and such. Oh, I want you to go and, I don't know,
When did
come
this
up with a
come
plan
out?
for my trip to Mexico.
Snaggle.
And I want to see this and this, but I don't like this or whatever. And then those agents will also start to become more embodied in robotics and things like that.
Because I
Some
feel
will
like
be software agents, they'll do those sorts of things. But they'll,
there's already
with time, I think they'll
a lot
become
of
more,
agents that do
they'll
this.
turn up in robots and all that kind of thing. And as you keep going along this track, the AIs become more connected to reality through all sorts of different things. And they actually have to learn through interaction and experience rather than just sort of a large data set that sort of
That
goes
could
in
totally
at the
be
beginning.
too.
That's
sure.
where the connection to reality tightens up a lot. That said, a lot of this data that was poured into them at the beginning, that came from somewhere. And a lot of it came from people. So there is a grounding to reality that comes via that process as well.
This idea of the AI being better at ethics than humans themselves. How do you, until you get there, until like the reasoning is as good as ours, how do you make sure that it's implemented in a safe way? I mean,
Yeah, it's a
how
big
do you
question.
stop? I don't know. Like, so for example, you know, a utilitarian argument, right, that works quite well for driverless cars on the roads is like you want to save as many lives as possible. But then in medicine, that same idea, right, it doesn't work anymore. You can't sacrifice one healthy patient to save the lives of 5 others. How do you make sure that it ends up reasoning in the correct direction?
You can't guarantee everything. The space of possibilities of action in the world is so huge that 100% reliability is not a thing. But it's not a thing in a lot of the world as it exists. If you need a surgery and you go and talk to the surgeon and you say, well, you know, I'm going to get something removed or whatever, and the surgeon says to you, it's 100% safe. As a mathematician, you know that they're not telling you the truth.
Yes.
Right? Nothing is ever 100%. So what we have to do is we have to test these systems and make them as safe and reliable as possible. And we have to trade off the benefits and the risks. And we also have to, we have to do other things like monitor them. So when they're in deployment, we monitor them, keep track of what's going on. So if we start seeing that, there are failure cases that are beyond what we consider acceptable, we may have to roll back and stop them or do whatever, right? So there's a whole range of different things we need to do. We need to do testing before it goes out. We need to monitor when they are out there doing things. We need to do things like interpretability. We're able to look inside the system. That's one nice thing about System 2. If it's safety, if it's implemented the right way, you can actually see it reasoning about things. But you've got to check that this reasoning is actually an accurate reflection of what it's really trying to do. But, if you have ways to look inside the system and really see why they're doing things, that can maybe give you another level of reassurance as to that they are sort of, trying to act in the right way. Because that's another important, subtlety. It's not always just about the outcome, but maybe the intention, right? So there's a big difference between, somebody hurting you intentionally and somebody, accidentally bumping you and it hurts or something, right? And we interpret that very, very differently. So if we can see inside our AIs, we might accept that, well, it was dealing with a tricky situation. It tried to do the best thing it could according to its analysis, but there was some negative side effect. We might be sort of okay with that because maybe even as people in that tricky situation, it would be very difficult for us to do the right thing. But if it did the wrong thing intentionally, that's a whole different thing. So these are all aspects of AI, AGI safety, and we have people working on all these topics.
So then do you sort of limit the amount that these things can interact with the real world, how quickly
How do you
release
even
them and so
get
on
to
and so
that
on
number?
until
How do you
feel
even ask
confident
that question?
They're at the safety threshold?
Like,
Yeah, so we have all kinds of testing
in the-
benchmarks and tests, and we run them, internally for a while, and we have particular things that we test for that are risky areas.
Like what?
We try to see if the system will help develop, like a bioweapon or something like that.
Right.
And obviously, it should not.
Yes.
And so if we start seeing that we can somehow trick it or force it into being helpful in that area, that's a problem.
Right.
Hacking is another one. Will it help people, hack things and so on and so on? So yeah, we have at the moment a collection of these tests, and this collection keeps growing over time. And then we assess how powerful it is in some of these areas, and then we have mitigations appropriate
how do you-
to each level of
like,
capability.
how do you
that
even
we
say
see.
that number?
It could mean that we
Like,
can
I want
release
to. I
the
don't
model.
want
It
the
could mean
scientific
that
notation. I want to
various
know
different
how I
things
say
will be
it.
refined, yeah.
That number.
Well, let's talk about the impact on society of some of this stuff. Like once we get
Is that
to
a Google?
really capable AGI.
Yeah.
And I know that this is something that you have thought an awful lot about. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, my main focus now is trying to understand what if we get AGI and it's reasonably safe for its level of capability. What about everything else? And the list of everything else is enormous. There are questions like, okay, we've got powerful AGI and it's reasonably safe. Is it conscious? Is that even a meaningful question?
Do you have a stance on that right now?
Well, we've got a group looking at that, and we've talked to a lot of leading experts in the world who study this, And I think the short answer is nobody really knows.
To be absolutely clear, we're
Really?
talking about full AGI.
That's
here,
for
not the stuff we have at the moment.
Googleplex.
Yes.
I was
You
close
comfortable with
then,
stuff at the
right?
moment
At
is
Google.
not.
That's pretty
I
cool.
don't think it is.
It's
Mm.
4.5
As
Googleplex.
we
I'm gonna
go
bring that
into
out in
some
conversation.
future AGI years in the
Hey,
15
did you
years in
know
the
that
future or
there's
something,
4.5
which is very, very
Googleplex
capable.
combinations of cultures and
Will that system
religions?
be conscious?
So yeah,
When I talk to some of the most
do
famous
what you want
experts in
with
the
that
world that
information.
study this, there are various people who have
I
arguments
mean, I
for,
think it's
there are various
interesting,
people
but
who have arguments
it's
against. But when I
crazy.
actually put a concrete scenario to them and I say, look, we've got Gemini 10 here, and it's embodied in a humanoid robot, and it learns and it integrates information across sensors, and it can remember its own history as an agent in the world, and do all these sorts of things, and also talks about its own consciousness, because you can actually get AI models to talk about their consciousness now if you you prompt them in the
Yeah.
right kind of way. Is it conscious? And when I put that to people in the field, they're like, well, I think probably not, or I think probably yes, but actually, I'm not absolutely sure. And who knows, maybe we will have an answer to that. I think it's a long-standing question, and it's a very difficult question to even make into a strict scientific question, because we don't know how to frame this as a measurable thing. What I am sure is going to happen is that some people will think they are conscious, and some people will think they are not. That is certainly going to happen. Particularly in the absence of a really well-accepted scientific definition and way of measuring it. And then how are we going to navigate that? That's a very interesting question as well. But this is just one question of,
Many.
we have things like, are we going to go from AGI, say full AGI, are we going to go towards superintelligence? That's far, far beyond human intelligence. Is it going to happen quickly, slowly, never? And if it does go to superintelligence,
No,
what is
bro,
that
it's okay. I'm
superintelligence?
just
What's
making a
What's
joke.
the
I
cognitive
genuinely
profile of that
think.
superintelligence? Are there certain things where it's going to
Wait,
be far, far
what?
beyond human? We already see it can speak 200 languages or
It's
something. That's clear.
31.6
And are there other things where maybe because of the computational complexity or
duotrigantillion
whatever, is not actually going to be much better than
Googleplex.
humans, right?
Holy shit.
Do we have any idea of that? That seems like a really
That's
important
crazy.
question for humanity to be thinking about. Are we going to go into superintelligence in a decade or 2 decades or something like that?
Do you have a stance on that? Do you think it will go to superintelligence? I mean, I'm sort of thinking
Yeah.
here about like,
That's crazy.
Einstein, for example, came up with general relativity. Will we be in a position where you have AGI that can theorize about the world, come up with genuine scientific understanding that goes beyond what humans have managed?
I think it will, based on computation. And the human brain is a mobile processor. It weighs a few pounds. It consumes, I think, around 20 watts. Signals are sent within the brain through
True, that's
dendrites.
interesting.
The frequency on the channel is about order of 100 hertz or maybe 200 hertz in the cortex. And the signals themselves are
Snaggle
electrochemical wave
Fluster, I'm gonna go
propagations.
live
They move
almost
at
every
about
day,
30
and I want you
meters
to
per
have a
second.
new fun fact for me like
So
that.
if you compare
every day.
that to what we see in a data center, instead of 20 watts, you could have 200 megawatts. Instead of a few pounds, you could have several million pounds. Instead of 100 hertz on the channel, you can have 10 billion hertz on the channel, right? And instead of
You got that for
electrochemical
me,
wave
that would be
propagation
great.
at 30 meters per second, you can be at the speed of light, 300,000 kilometers per second, right? So in terms of energy consumption, space, bandwidth on the channel, speed of signal propagation, you've got 6, 7, maybe 8 orders of magnitude in all 4 dimensions simultaneously, right? So is human intelligence going to be the upper limit of what's possible? I think absolutely not. And so I think we, as our understanding of how to build intelligent systems develops, we're going to see these AIs go far beyond human intelligence. In the same way that, humans, we can't outrun a top fuel dragster
Yeah, I
over
mixed up
100 meters. Right?
Google
we
and
can't lift more than a crane,
Googleplex.
right? We can't see further than
Honest
a Hubble
mistake, man.
telescope. I mean,
Honest mistake.
it's
I
we
can't
already see
blame ya.
machines in particular areas that can, fly faster than the fastest bird and all these sorts of things, right? I think we'll see that in cognition as well. We've already seen in some aspects you don't know more than Google, right? And so on like information storage and stuff like that, we're already gone beyond what the human brain is capable of. I think we're going to start seeing that in reasoning and all kinds of other domains. So yes, I think we are going to go towards superintelligence. So that's why I'm very interested in things like System 2 safety.
It's a lot,
because if we
Goddamn
can't
right
stop
it
the
is.
development towards superintelligence because of competitive dynamics globally and all these sorts of things, then we need to think really hard about how do we make a superintelligence super ethical. And if you have a system that can apply the capabilities of its intelligence, not just to achieving goals and doing things, but actually applying it to making ethical decisions as well, then it might scale with its capabilities in some way.
I do wonder what all of this means for people. I mean, if we are getting to a point where essentially, human intelligence is dwarfed by superintelligence, what does that mean for society? Does that mean just massive inequality?
Nothing
that you
good.
have the people who no longer have value essentially in what they can offer the economy, being completely left behind?
It means a massive transformation. I think the current system where people contribute their mental and physical labor in return to access to resources that are generating the economy, that may not work the same anymore. And we may need different ways of doing things. Now, the pie should get much bigger. So there's not a problem of a lack of goods and services that are produced. If anything, that's getting much, much better. But we need to think carefully about what's the system for people? How do we distribute the wealth that exists in society? I think there needs to be a lot more thought going into this of how a post-AGI economy works and how the structure of a post-AGI society works as well. I gave a talk to the Russell Group vice chancellors. So in the UK, the Russell Group is the top universities in the UK. And I said to them, look, this AGI thing's coming and it's not that far away. In 10 years, we're going to have it. And it's going to start being able to do a significant fraction of all kinds of cognitive labor and work and things that people do, right? We actually need people in all these different aspects of society and how society works to think about what that means in their particular area. So we really need every faculty and every department that you have in your university to take this seriously and think, what does it mean for education, right? What does it mean for law? What does it mean for engineering, mathematics, city planning, literature, politics, economics, finance, medicine, ... right? So basically every faculty, every department studies something where human intelligence is a really important thing. And so if you have the presence of cheap, abundant, capable machine intelligence turning up, that thing needs to be thought about again. What is the implications of this? Should it be done in a different way? What are the opportunities? What are the risks and so on? So I think there's an enormous opportunity
I'm gonna
here,
end it here.
but just like any
We
revolution,
can
like the
finish
Industrial
this
Revolution
video
or anything, it's complicated.
time, Snackle.
It has all
Just
kinds
let
of
me know
effects on
when.
society in all kinds of ways,
But
and
I'm exhausted.
to
It's 2 in the
get
morning
the
here.
benefits of that
was
and,
alive for like
and
9 hours
minimize
today
the
working,
risks
so-
and the costs of that, we need to navigate this
Yeah,
carefully.
almost got through it. Pretty good. All right. Good stuff. Good stream. Got a new follower. So yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye.